We're starting with this unit on area and circumference and volume. So we're going to first start off with circumference of a circle. So a circumference is the distance that you would walk around the circle. So if we had a circle here, and we'll just say this is the diameter, and this is a radius. A circumference is if we start at any point on the circle and we walked all the way around the entire circle and we end up where we started, that is considered the circumference of a circle. Kind of like it's the perimeter of a circle, pretty much. So the circumference, to find the circumference of a circle, it is either we multiply the diameter times pi, or it's 2 pi r, or twice the radius times pi, or 2r pi, or I usually say 2 pi r. So let's try this out. If this is 11, the radius is 11, then we do 2 pi r being 11, multiply that through. That is about 22 pi, or if we multiply all of that out, it is about 69.1. The next one is we take the diameter, which is 22 pi, which is also 69.1. Okay. The diameter, number 3, the diameter of a circle with a circumference of 63 feet. So the circumference is given, so 63 feet equals the diameter times pi. Well, we take that and we divide both sides by pi, we should get the diameter, which is 63, divide that by pi. We get about 20 feet for the diameter. Next, an arc length is a proportion, so it's an amount, not a whole amount of the circumference. For example, if we have a circle and this is the radius of the circle, and we'll call this point A, this point B, the arc length is either this part, that's one arc length, or it could also be this part, both of which could be different arc lengths. So the length of the arc, and we usually call this AB now, is the measure. So now the measure of AB, which is, this is in degrees. We take that, we divide that by 360, and we multiply it by 2 pi r, or it's the measure of that arc length, which is also in degrees, divide that by 360, and it's multiplied by the diameter times pi. So let's do some examples. So number 1, the arc length is, we want to find the arc length AB. So AB in this case is that arc length, which is actually 45. So it's 45 divided by 360 times 8 times pi, 8 pi being the whole circumference. We multiply all that through, that is 3.14 feet. Punch that into our calculators. Number 2, they gave us the arc length, which is 8.73, and we want to find the measure of the angle. That's the degree measure. So it is measure of the degree of DE, divide that by 360 times 2 times pi times 10. I'm going to multiply everything on the right side. That gives us 8.73 equals 0.175 times that measure of DE. So I just simplified the right side by punching it on my calculator. Now I'm going to divide by 0.175. 0.175, that gives me the measure of DE should equal about 49.89 degrees. So this is a degree measure. Or we could have just said 50 degrees. That works too, if we rounded it. Number 3 gave us the arc length. We want the circumference. To find the circumference, remember, we need r. Circumference is 2 pi r. Got to put this in. So we have 7.5 must equal 76 degrees times, divided by 360 times 2 pi r. We're going to solve for r. I'm going to put all this on the right onto a calculator. That 7.5 must equal 1.3 r. Divide both sides by 1.3. 1.3. R is then 5.77. So then my circumference is 2 pi r. So 2 pi times 5.77. Punch all that into the calculator. Should get about 36.2 meters for the circumference of that circle. Number 4, we want to find the radius. Well, we got this. This is an arc length. So we got 38.95 times what? 260 divided by 360. It equals 260 divided by 360. I'm sorry. Times the whole circumference, which is 2 pi r. So 38.95 should multiply all that through 260 divided by 360 times 2 times pi. Gives us about 4.5. So 4.5 r. I'm going to divide both sides by 4.5 now. R is then, what, 8.65 centimeters. The radius of this circle is 8.65.